Hello everyone, this side Dr. Bharti, Principal, Faculty of Physiotherapy, RPIIMS Campus Karnal. So welcome back to our YouTube channel RPIIT Academics. So viewers, in last session we have learned about the function of cerebellum, basic functional anatomy of cerebellum, and how the cerebellum works to maintain the motor actions, or how to help the cerebellum, what is the role of cerebellum for maintaining coordination with different part of the cerebellum like vestibulocerebellum, spinocerebellum and cerebellocerebellum. So why we study the basic functional anatomy and the functions of the cerebellum? Because whenever there is pathology inside the cerebellum, we must know the cause, how we improve that particular cause to maintain that coordinated action. So before the functional test, we must know that what is the function of cerebellum, that we have learnt in last sessions. So today's topic of discussion is cerebellar function test. How we recognize the function of that cerebellum and how the test we are performing to assess the cerebellar pathology. So we have an upper limb incoordination as well in case of cerebellar pathology, as well as lower limb pathology in case of cerebellar dysfunctions. So in case of upper limb, we have a different tests like finger to nose test, finger to finger test, therapist finger to the patient finger test. In case of lower limb, we have an heel to shin test, walk on the straight line, walk on the path, sideways, backward. For that we must observe that the walk must be smooth, gait must be accurate without any uncoordinated action. So we'll discuss one by one. So what is the in first figure, that test is finger to finger test. What we observe in that test, position of the patient is sitting and position of the therapist is sitting in front of the patient or the subject. So therapist index finger touch with the patient's index fingers. That means its test is known as finger to finger test. Index finger of the subjects and the index finger of the therapist. So what we observe in that condition, we ask the patient to touch the therapist finger. So what we observe, that is that action is accurate or smooth. We observe the coordination or the smooth movements, and second we observe the whether there is any dysmetric movement is there or not. Dysmetria means patient is able to judge where to stop the movement, means therapist subject touch his or her index finger with the therapist index finger, and we observe that patient has an ability to judge the accurate distance, like if he can touch the therapist finger or move forward, that is hypermetria. If patient is able to stop that movement, or patient can stop the movement before the therapist index finger, that means hypometria. And we observe the coordination as well. In the second figure, we must see the finger to nose test. Finger to nose test means we ask the patient to touch the therapist nose or his or her nose. So in that also we observe the coordination as well as the dysmetric movements, or we have the rebound phenomena. So in next figure we just observe the rebound phenomena. A rebound phenomena is like we give the isometric contraction. We give the isometric contraction, that therapist resistance and the patient resistance is matched. That is isometric movements, resistance is felt, but there will be no change in the length of the muscle. Isometric resistance. So what is that rebound phenomena? It works based upon the check reflex. When we give the isometric contraction and we match the resistance with the patient's resistance, so if we suddenly stop that resistance, the patient's hands control that action. If we give the isometric contraction to the patient's hand, if we suddenly stop the resistance, patient has an control because of antagonist muscle. If that control is there, that means cerebellum works properly and is known as check reflex. Check reflex is activated properly. But if we give the isometric contraction and if we stop that resistance, and hand become rebound back, that is the rebound phenomena or the failure of that check reflex. In cerebellar pathology cases, we have a loss of that check reflex. Now next is motor function is that touch thumb to each finger on the same hand. Patient can itself assess that thumb of the hand with the little finger, ring finger, middle finger and index finger, and we check that the thumb opposition is quick or accurate or not, if there any incoordination is there or not. Secondly, finger to nose test. With eye closed, patient touches the tip of his or her nose quickly with the index finger or with the alternating hands, giving the targets. And finger to, while doing that actions, therapist, what is the action of the therapist is to observe that movement, like whether it is coordinated or it will be dysmetric or either hypometric or hypermetric. So this is the how we assess the function of the cerebellum in case of upper limb. Hope you understand the concept how we assess, because based upon that we can assign the protocol to rehabilitate or to treat the cerebellar pathology patients. So this is the discussion about upper limb cerebellar function dysfunction test. Now in my next video we'll discuss the lower limb function test, how we assess the lower limb function test in case of cerebellar pathology. Thank you.